Welcome back to the Unofficial Pregame Show. I'm Hannah. That's Leanna. We are the Unofficial Bighorns girls. I almost said the Unofficial Pregame girls. I make a verbal flub every single show. So there it is. At least I got it out of the way early.
Yeah.
So welcome back to the second game of a doubleheader against the Sheridan Hawks. We have a lot to talk to you about tonight. I'm going to start by saying it is cold and flu season, and I'm pretty sure whatever's out there, I got it. So... but if these boys can play hockey with this flu,
yeah,
I'll be damned I can talk about hockey with this flu. So we're going to talk about it. So
and
we're going to go.
There are quite a few boys that do have.
They do. I know. They do. It's terrible. It's really bad timing. This is a terrible game to be sick at. But I'm here. They're here.
They're here.
You're here.
I'm here, but I'm healthy.
Let's do it. So tonight, I do have the roster for tonight. It's a little different than last night, so we're going to go over that. And then we're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff. We have a fun, unofficial story for you guys. If you've been watching us for any amount of time or watching our podcast, you will know exactly how important and how monumental this experience was that we had last night. So we're going to take you along on that ride, and then we're going to talk about the game last night. So tonight, we'll get this out of the way because this is our only like official, unofficial business tonight is our lineup. So forwards, our starting lineup is Blake Chapman, Austin Tyler, who did not play last night, and he's here tonight, and Chase Berg. Then we have Lincoln Kearney, Austin Eaker, Braden Davis, Ty Shell is back, Cal Kellenberg, Cameron Kimmerly, Connor Long, Jeffrey Hushberger, and Cade Pereira.
Nice.
Our defense, Joe
Whoa,
Viox.
whoa.
He's defense.
Oh my God.
We have this argument every single time.
But now it's a different name, so it really
Now it's a different
threw me
name.
off.
So yeah. So Viox is back as a starting defenseman, and Caden Feinstein, of course, our very own brick wall, aka Leg Day.
Yep.
Maddox Hale is playing again. Mason Blair, Casey Barreto, Garrett Lindsay, and Tyler Parsons. And our goalie is starting is Branson Appleman with Blake in the backup, which I know might be a little controversial for some of y'all, but stick around because we're going to talk about it. We're going to give you our opinions, what we saw, what we think, and hopefully that's informed enough and give you guys maybe a different perspective on why that's a good thing and not a bad thing. So, our story.
No.
She does not want to tell it. I can tell it. So last night, we were walking around the end of the rink there by the security, by the vending machines and stuff. And who is there but he who shall not be named, our very own Caden Ryder. That's right, people. We met Caden Ryder in the flesh, and I can confirm he does not have a baby eating face. He's actually quite adorable.
Okay, so if you ever heard or followed our podcast, and we have the story about when she brought Finn
That is a funny story.
to meet me because I was like his biggest fan. It was a horrible,
For years.
horrible
For
story.
every year that he was here, she was
I
his
am
biggest
not
fan.
an adult. I turn into a blubbering 12-year-old, and I can't function in real life. So I'm like, I'm never going to put myself through that again. Well, I didn't put myself in anything. I was walking
came to
around.
her.
I was walking around, mind my own business, and she wasn't even around. I would have handled it much better if she was around because she would have taken over
I do that.
the whole conversation, and I can do whatever I do. She wasn't there, and I'm walking, and all of a sudden I hear, "Hey!" And I'm like, I have no idea. Look around, and I see this guy, and I'm like, he looks familiar. And he's like, I like your podcast. And then it hits me. Oh my God, it's Caden Ryder. And
Yeah.
I froze.
Instant blubbering
Idiot.
mess. Idiot.
Froze, completely froze. And all I did was like look at him, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And I stopped, and I scurried away like a real mature person does. So I had to go tell her, and I'm like, Hannah, oh my gosh. Now everything I've ever said about him the last 3 years is flooding in my brain.
Yeah. Baby eating face, celebrity death match. We made fun of him for his shoulder injury. I'm sorry about that one, Caden. That was kind of low. But also, we did realize just today that part of the reason, and you can thank us for this later, Mr. Ryder, is part of the reason you've done so well all these years is all that hockey juju we've been sending at you. So, you are welcome.
True that. And luckily for me, he thinks it's all hilarious.
He does. He was a great sport about it.
He was. And at first, when I first saw him, I'm like, oh my God.
I think he thought we were kind of weird, which we are.
100%. 100%.
Our cameraman's cracking up because he knows how weird we are.
But here's the thing. I've now decided that I am one of those keyboard warriors or basement warriors, whatever they call them, that I can talk if I'm in this room, I can talk all the smack in the world, no problem. Until the smack that I spewed is standing right in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I lock up and I'm like, and first instinct was like, I'm so sorry.
But everybody that told us that he was a nice guy was absolutely right. He is
Which I don't know if that
adorable.
makes it better or worse.
Absolutely worse. Absolutely,
does.
it makes us the bad people because we said all the mean things.
But
anyways,
he was nice. And so we talked to him for a while after. And now, thank you to her, Caden Ryder is our next interview.
oh yes.
I might pee myself. But that's neither here nor there.
No, it'll be good. So watch on the podcast. We've been doing a lot of pregame show and not a lot of podcasts the last
We're
couple of
gonna
months.
start it back up.
But after meeting Caden Ryder, we realized we got to do the podcast. So it's a coming. So follow us on Spotify, Unofficial Bighorns. You can find the link on unofficialbighorns.com, Instagram, do all the things, like, follow, share. Okay, now that you guys are all caught up on Unofficial Bighorns girls canon and drama,
I still have trauma. It's PTSD. I'm not even kidding.
normally we go into, stats and stuff, but
What?
not today. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but I just threw it all on the floor because we're not doing stats today. We are talking about the elephant in the room, which always makes her nervous.
Hey, I printed out stuff. I got stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
Nope.
safe stuff.
No, but we have a really important game tonight. We had a really important game last night, and I think it's good that we sit here and talk about it because a lot of stuff happened last night that is, a really important part of the Bighorns progression and how we're doing out there. So I want to talk about it. So,
Okay.
no more rosters,
I
no
am
more
innocent
stats.
in this.
Yeah.
All
So,
her.
let's start in the first period.
You start. This
Yeah,
is you.
I'll start. You jump in whenever you feel comfortable, which would be never.
Well, until you say something, and then my brain has no storage left, and then it's like, bleh. And that's how I got in this predicament with Caden Ryder.
Yeah. So last night we did lose to the Hawks 3-4. So that's not great news. However, we have tonight, it's a redemption game, which I always like the doubleheaders where we play the same team twice in a row. I feel like it gives both teams the chance to redeem themselves the next night. So one thing I noticed about last night was that the Hawks came out with a lot of pressure, and it put us back on our heels in the first, and had the first half of the second. So the first full half of the game, we were basically recovering from their explosive, out of the gate. They were
Energy.
organized, they were energetic, they played really well. And so really we played half a game to their full game. Because they came out high energy, we came out and had to recover and figure it out, and then they still barely beat us last night. So I'm going to call that a win and say, okay, if your full game beats our mediocre half a game, good luck. We coming for you. So
Okay.
that's one of the things. The other thing that happened in the first part of the game was we had all those power plays. We had four power plays.
I'm not exactly sure because I didn't print any of this out. There was 23 penalties total.
Yeah.
Between both teams. So it was a very, very, physical game.
It was very physical.
Are you looking?
I'm looking up Game Center for last night.
There was only one ejection, but it was a very physical game. And so I'm not exactly sure yet how many penalties there were. But
23 sounds right. And it was even.
I know, I
think
counted.
one team had 11 and one had 12. So it was pretty much.
Yeah, it was even. And so, of course, in Unofficial Bighorns fashion, we're going to talk mad smack about the refs. But not right now. I personally think, and I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, I feel like it was even, penalty-wise. I don't think that we got called less, they got called more. I think that they were calling things equally, but I don't think they were calling things correctly.
No. Yeah.
And that's the whole next issue that I'm sure we're going to talk about.
So it was 4 power plays. And if you go on Game Center and look at the power plays for the first period, they get a penalty. And a few seconds into it, we get a penalty. We wasted 4 power play opportunities, and honestly, for stupid stuff. Was it deserved? Some of it. Was it not? We can put some of those on the refs, I think. But and that's where I think the tone of the game started. It wasn't later in the game. It was early in the game when we weren't ready for that explosive start for them, and we wasted those 4 opportunities that would have basically won us the game. That's in my personal opinion, that's where, like, if you kind of trace the whole issue of the game back, that's where it really started. Were there other issues in the game? Absolutely. Were there stupid mistakes made? Yes. But where did it start? Those 4 power plays right there. So that's my first perspective.
Okay. All right. I'm trending.
And then the next kind of big catastrophe, that honestly all the stuff downstream from this probably wouldn't have been a catastrophe if that first period had gone better, right? So mistakes are going to be made. It's a developmental league. These guys are being developed. They're making mistakes. That's fine. We expect that. We expect you to miss passes. We expect you to make stupid penalties and stuff. But when it's 4 in a row, all in the same period, then that becomes more than just making a mistake and needing development. That becomes poor strategy, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, you're making me uncomfortable.
I know. It is a bit of criticism, but it is objective. And here's the thing. We're going to play, we know all of this stuff, so we're going to come out tonight and play better because we're learning from those mistakes we made last night.
All right, I get that. Okay.
Objective criticism. It's not meant harshly to be harsh or anything, but it's just what I've noticed about the game. And I've really thought hard about this to really kind of come up with a solid opinion, because I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the crap? What the crap? I'm so mad that we lost. But then my next question is, but why? Why did we lose? And then the next question after that is, what are we going to do better tonight?
All right.
And obviously that's up to the coach and the players and all that stuff. I have no power over any of that, but I can certainly, on my own platform, talk about my opinion. So that's what I'm doing. So then, and this one is definitely not an objective criticism of our own team. It is of the refs.
Okay, I can jump in on this one.
Offsides goal. Can we talk about that offsides goal? Those boys were so far offsides, and they gave him the goal anyways. It was garbage. He should have called offsides. Branson was expecting the offsides call, so he let down his guard for that last half second, and then they scored in right underneath him because they were so obviously offsides and they didn't call the goal off.
Yeah.
And that is a travesty. And I know that there was a bunch of people in the fans, because I heard people around and saw them pointing and saying this is offsides. I know a bunch of us noticed. That was garbage, and that is fully on the refs.
For sure. And does anybody know why they actually called off that other goal that we got?
I actually don't know why. Because, we did make a goal earlier in the game. And
they called it off, and then we came back, and not even like 30 seconds later, we made another one, that was what started the fight.
Yeah.
The big fight.
The big fight.
I don't know. So, in my mind, they shouldn't have got that offsides goal, and we should have been able to keep our other goal, and we won.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Whatever.
And all 3 of our goals last night, by the way, were power play goals. So that's why wasting those 4 power play opportunities in the first is the real missed opportunity here.
Well, and if you're going to, get a little feisty, do it when the refs aren't looking.
If you're going to be naughty, get away with it.
Right?
Don't do it right in front of the ref.
I know. And this ref, I don't know whether to hate him or feel bad for him. Because I think it was very obvious.
More of the former and a little bit of the latter.
I feel like at the very start, he realized that he was in over his head. I mean, he's young.
I don't know if you guys saw him.
That because I'm old.
Yeah, he was super young. And he was huffing and puffing.
Yeah, I'm like, either he needs to exercise more or he's about to have a panic attack. Either way, I feel bad for him. I hope that tonight he'll kind of have a better grasp what is expected, what the games are going to be like, so maybe he won't be like, because Yeah, it was bad, and he did some really bad calls, and he really did some bad things, and I know Bighorn Nation as a whole is very mad at him. I get it, and I'd be mad at him too. I can't pronounce his last name.
Skvalu?
No idea.
I've never seen him before. I think it's his first time in Steed Arena. Because he's young enough that, I mean, we've been watching hockey for, 4 years? I've never seen him.
No, never.
And, I mean, he's like, what, 19?
I don't know. I mean,
he
might be like early
mid-20s. Early mid-20s, maybe. He looks really young.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping that tonight he's going to know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I hope that he just gets his crap together.
Is another reason why I like the doubleheader, the redemption game, is because it does also give the refs the opportunity, because like the crowd is another thing they have to contend with that they don't see at other arenas.
There were so many chants.
Dude.
The ref you suck chant.
Ref you suck.
And I was a little bit happy because that is one of my favorites.
Me too. My second favorite is Start the Bus.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So now we did have an ejection, or they had an ejection last night. There was an ejection last night. Hunsicker. That
Deservedly
boy
so.
Is a little crazy. So we're going to have to make sure we keep him subdued tonight.
Well, here's the thing. I rewatched that clip and rewatched that clip. And yeah, he went crazy. Whatever. Yeah. The thing that I don't get, and this is another ref thing, is Braden Davis, he was injured. Like, he was bleeding everywhere.
He was.
And I rewatched it, and he didn't even start it. I think he did throw the first punch, but that was only because he was already getting roughed up by dude.
Yeah.
And then the refs, while Braden Davis is still bleeding on the bench, they put him in the penalty box. I did not understand at all, because you can watch that clip and it's like, okay.
And he doesn't have a penalty in Game Center. Nicolette has a penalty.
Well, they put Nicolette in there, and then they pulled Nicolette out. So I don't know if he was supposed to be sitting for Davis because he was bleeding on the bench.
Oh, that could be.
So I think it was just all in all bad. I don't think that Davis should have got a penalty. I think that Hunsinger and Leaf, because they double teamed Davis and started just beating him really bad.
Well, and he did get a 10-minute game misconduct for fighting aggressor. Hunsinger did.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, and that showed up after the game, so that must have been put in after the fact.
Yeah, so if he's back on the ice tonight,
he better watch his
dude
back.
is unhinged.
Yeah.
Here's my recommendation for dudes that are unhinged.
Yeah.
Just pick, and watch him just explode and get him kicked out early. And then we can play some hockey.
Yeah. You know what we should do? You know what they should do? Like I'm back there telling them what to do. No, I am not. Since Stan is on the roster tonight, we should sick Stan on him.
Oh, Stan, I think, has probably already got that idea.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
work your magic, Stan. Go get him, AT.
I told Stan last night, I was like, you got to do your famous Stan thing, which I love, and it brings me so much joy, is when he goes by the other team's bench and, like, blows them kisses. Like, you got to do it. Just do it. And so I think if we get...
Do it for the fans, Stan.
If we get the unhinged dude off the ice early, I don't think it's going to take much to make him just, like, explode.
Oh, no. He's ready to go.
Then he's gone. And then we don't have to worry about psychopaths on the ice.
Yeah.
Just my take.
All right. So now it's the final elephant in the room. And you notice we are wearing our Bat Signal Appleman shirts. Everybody who watches us at all, knows that we are Appleman fans. And I know that that's maybe a hot take tonight because of that fourth goal that the Hawks got last night, because Branson was out of the net and they scored behind him when he couldn't get back in the net fast enough. But here's my take on that. Here's my take, okay? And this is entirely my own opinion based on what I saw last night and what I know about hockey. So put it in the comments. If you guys have a take, if you want to argue with me, that's cool. I love to have a good, calm argument. Calm, not angry.
Make sure to address it to Hannah. Do not argue with me. I will not. I'll just send it to her.
And I want to hear your perspective. So put it in the comments down below. If you've got an opinion and a perspective to share, I want to read it. So, but I'll give you mine here. So here's the thing. So I said it earlier that this is a development league. So we forget that sometimes because our boys are such a big deal, but they are still developing. So there has to be room for mistakes to be made. Now, one thing I noticed, and you actually commented on this during the game last night, you're like, he almost never smothers the puck. He was playing the puck almost every time. I would say 95% of the time, 90% of the time, he played the puck. And I think that there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that our defense was not on it last night. They were super tentative. It just
we had a lot out sick.
We had a lot out sick. There's some that are back after extended absences. It just wasn't strong last night. And so I think Appleman was trying to pick up some of that. I don't want to call it slack necessarily, but
there's a gap, and he was
trying to fill some of that gap there and play some defense. And then, so he was playing the puck a ton, and he was sending it out so the forwards could pick it up and run it. So he was trying to send it over the blue line, right? He was doing that a ton. I'm assuming he was probably told to do that because
why else would he do it?
As many times as I saw him play that puck, and we know that Appleman likes to do that anyway, so that's kind of natural for him to do anyhow. And so he went to go play the puck, as was the precedent set through the rest of the game previous, and it backfired. And for that, and it's really unfortunate the timing that happened, but if you look at the game as a whole, it wasn't just lost by that one mistake. There were many things that happened coming up to that, and I will go back and say, if those first 4 power plays were not squandered, then those later mistakes and that call by the ref of the too many men, Appleman's mistake, because it was his mistake. It was his mistake
and
to make.
And he will own it, though. He owns it. He's like, oh my gosh.
But if all those things didn't happen leading up to that, then the things that happened later in the game were less of a catastrophe. Should have been less of a catastrophe.
True.
That should have been their first or second goal instead of their fourth goal because of a lot of the things that happened.
It's the butterfly effect.
It's the butterfly effect. That's a great way to put it.
I know.
A great way to put it.
That's my hot take for today.
So that's the game from last night.
Yeah. And I have to say, not a fan of all this scary stuff we're talking about here.
Controversy. She doesn't like controversy.
I don't know. I avoid it.
I don't mind facing it head on. Because you know what, it is my opinions based on my experience. So I mean, take that for what it is.
I know. I know. Yeah, exactly. So tonight,
I can't even say it right.
You know what? You can have opinions. We have opinions.
Oh, absolutely.
Ours are right, though. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
you can have opinions. Great. However, we are still bleeding blue for the Helena Bighorns, and we are going to cheer. Even if we don't want to cheer, or you don't want to cheer, I'll be cheering.
Yeah.
I love the guy. Super talented. Mm-hmm. Come on. He's got this. And so...
Yeah. So show up, cheer for him. We got him on the bat signal.
Cheer, and we've got to be there to support these guys, whether we win or lose. We'll have more games to make up if that's where it comes to. It is a developmental. Yeah, that's right. Sounded weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, let the guys develop. And they are fantastic. Even the guys that we see from like a year ago. They're our top scorers now.
We have a massively skilled team. Like, we have one of the most skilled teams that I think I've ever seen here. Huh? Yeah, I think so.
I think it's compared.
I think that there's definitely like gaps and things, but you're always going to have that. Like, we have a really strong set of forwards. We have a really strong goalie lineup. Like, you know, we're working on the defense. We got Feinstein, the brick wall Feinstein.
Speaking of.
What?
We got news from a little birdie. There might be a new D showing up soon. And it'll be a name that y'all should recognize.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at that.
We're going to let that
the little birdie was wrong.
But keep your eyes on the defense lineup because it sounds like we are going to get a new one here pretty soon. So,
new but old. Old but new.
Old but new.
Really quick in case, so we can actually go with my papers because my papers were a thing. Last night, Butte lost to Gillette 2-6. Bozo lost to the Sabres 1-4. And now tonight, they're doing a Swift floppy. Bozo is playing Gillette. Butte's playing the Sabres. Great Falls is not playing again this weekend, which is unfortunate because it doesn't keep Caden Ryder busy enough to stay away from Helena. But hopefully tonight, I do recall him saying he's going to go grace Bozeman with his presence today.
Whew.
I can breathe easy and not have...
It's okay. We'll have him on the podcast, though, so that'll be fun. She is so dreading it. She is so dreading it, but it's going to be fun.
Because he intimidates me.
He's great.
I know,
he is such a nice kid and has an adorable baby-eating face. Anyways, like, follow, subscribe, you know, all the things. Unofficialbighorns.com if you want to follow our podcast and stay up to date on that. Follow us, subscribe on YouTube. It's the CTV channel. We are here. Click, bell.
Whistle.
You know how this works. Yeah, whatever. Princess Crown,
Whatever.
all the things. Click all the things. And we are here every home game. We go live at 5:45 p.m. right here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications.
Yeah.
And yeah, put your comments down below. I want to
if
hear.
you have beef, they're for her. But if you do like it,
keep it reasonable. I was reasonable. You can be reasonable too.
But if you do like it, we love it when people come and talk to us about what we're doing and if they like it.
Oh yeah,
if there's
shout out to our
anything
fans that we met last night.
I know. Thank you.
It was great.
I do like to hear stuff like that. If you have complaints, she's your girl.
I got it. I can handle it.
Kate Ryder, I'm ready for you.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Remember, folks.
Oh yeah.
Horns.